Welcome to KFAx, the brand new series where I team up with fellow creators to design a one-of-a-kind piece of apparel that I then hand make and auction off to the creators community, you. All is made by yours truly using hand-picked materials from either thrift stores or charity stores, and I am absolutely overjoyed to announce that the very first KFAx will be with my dearest best friend, OwengeJuiceTV.
Welcome to the first ever KFAx.
I just woke up here.
Yes.
And the door
And your
was
legs are
locked.
tied.
Yeah. What's KFAx though?
Well, basically, you know I have KFA, Crowfang Apparel.
yeah.
So it's collaborative. So
X.
OwengeJuiceTV.
Crowfang X OwengeJuiceTV.
It's not what I said. We have to design a piece of apparel. I'm going to assume a hoodie.
Yeah, I like hoodies. Can it have a hood?
Yes, your hoodie can have a hood. We design this piece together.
Yeah.
Collaborative effort.
Mhm.
And then I make it. And then we auction it on your channel.
Wow.
And your community can buy it.
Yeah. This is really cool. I want one of these.
It's yours.
It's mine. What do we do?
Okay.
How do we start this? I've never made clothing before.
So, yes you have.
I paid someone to design it for me.
Oh. Your merch is nice and minimalist.
Thank you.
I don't like going over the top crazy unless the aesthetic begs for it.
I feel like a lot of your stuff has a lot of stuff that I've seen on KFA has been pretty.
Yeah, because my stuff begs for it. It's an orange hoodie. Right,
I
surely.
assume
surely.
so. My main three colours are orange, white, and green. Does KFA come into it at all?
Well, the KFA, the Crowfang apparel of it is that I made it.
Right. So if you were to make this with another streamer, there wouldn't be anything noticeable about like Crowfang in it. It's like exclusively the streamer themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The art style is mine.
Yeah.
In the sense that I'm making
But the
it.
colours and branding are the
Yeah,
streamers.
no, they're yours. It'd be funny if I like, here's OwengeJuiceTV merch and it's all black and red.
That's actually a pretty close one to it, to be honest. Also, it's like you've somehow made like a minimalist orange, which is kind of fun.
See,
common.
one time I was thrifting for something and I needed like a cream hoodie. It was
Yeah.
actually the KFAx. I'm gonna bleep that name so you have no idea who it's for.
I love that.
But like the description was cream hoodie. Then I ordered it and it came and it was white as snow.
Yeah.
So it's and it looked cream in the pictures, so it's hard.
They lied.
But right off the bat I get this nice little image of like the back is also an orange, obviously a different shade, but it's like a nice like little texture.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pop out and probably with white.
Oh, like an actual. Oh, you need to be specific about the color of the fruit here.
Oh, the fruit.
Look at the screen.
Do you want pockets?
Yes.
Like that?
2 pocket.
So is the entire hoodie going to be orange? Like
I
this
assumed so when you said base orange, but we don't have to.
Is it like base? Does base really mean base when I say base?
Well, I don't know. You have to tell me.
No.
Okay.
There needs to be like some random cutout of a different color or something.
Okay.
I could do white on like a white stroke effect on the outside of the orange, so it does actually separate it.
Oh, sick.
If the oranges are too close, which also incorporates the white.
Yes.
You
Yes.
was
Yes.
talking
yes. I like good.
I like. That works.
Inside of the hood could be green.
Yeah, that's actually quite fun. Yeah, I've never done that.
If we're trying to go similar to what I did on my first season, the inside pocket was also green. Like the tube in lino of this. The factory hated me when I said that. Like I got multiple emails being like, they can't see, they won't be able
Well,
to
my
see
eye
it.
just twitched. So. You can
Oh, sorry, not
imagine-
green, orange. Yeah, I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'd like it to be orange, please. And they went, they won't be able to see that. And I went, yeah, I know, I just like a fun little detail. And they went, this is going to be impossible to like, we have to like change the way that our manufacturing machine does things in order to put like an orange lining in the center. And I was like, that's why I'm paying you. And so
That's fucking hell. You're an awful person. These poor factory
I
workers.
paid them.
These poor factory workers. You didn't even pay them.
I did.
Beep. This is what I'm hearing. So what is your branding other than oranges? Is there?
There's a rat.
Yeah.
There's a rat. And there's Dan.
The fish.
Fish,
I
the
can
purple and
incorporate the
yellow.
fish.
He's quite juxtaposing to my normal brand colors.
Isn't he yellow and
Purple. Yeah. I like the idea of the cuffs staying white.
Thoughts on embroidery on cuffs?
I like that idea a lot. That's what I wanted to do, but they said no. And after the whole fiasco with the inside pocket,
You didn't want to piss them off further.
Bruno chasing some cheese on the other one.
Chasing bits. That's
Chasing
what he
bits,
does with
true.
Cheese. Yeah, doesn't know Bruno.
So... Oh, that's him. I love
You're welcome. And then like
He's such a lost piece of lore in my newer community, like in my new season.
that's so sad. And
And then Bruno chasing some bits, and like a sub.
yeah, so they're both chasing something with little dots.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruno on the sleeve is really cute. Wait, would he run on 2 feet or 4? If Bruno the rat were to run, would he do it like this?
I think he'd
Or
do it
like
on all fours.
This, on all fours.
Yeah, he's an all fours kind of guy.
He's flying.
Oh. That's actually, you've done really well there. I had like zero faith in you until you had the pop of the ears in. You can have a long tail. You have a long tail.
Oh yeah, rats have long tails.
There you go. Oh, that's well done. I didn't know you could draw like that. Oh no, what happened to him? Good. Oh my gosh, it's fruit bat duo because there are such a thing as fruit bats.
So we can incorporate like a bat and an orange.
You want to?
I think that'd be cool.
Where?
I think like here,
Oh, alright.
but like either on the front or the back.
Sure.
I think maybe the back, but then there's 2 oranges.
The shoulder, I just feel like it's such an odd place to put anything.
That's the point. The point is that this isn't made by a factory and I can actually do whatever I want.
This is true. Like here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just around that area.
That would be cool.
I think this would be like a low priority thing where I'm like, if I don't feel like this is gonna look good, like I'll do it last type of thing.
Sure.
I feel like there's just something missing in this area.
Sure. You want to do like a different color? Where? Do you want to do like a undo all that? Get all that out of here. Do you want to do like from the top shoulder down to like some kind of like split color, or like across like this sort of thing? Like, would you want to work with something like that?
Well, but then it's like, okay, is the head still orange? Is the inside still green? Like that changes everything a lot. Also, that would affect the orange of the back.
True.
Which I could just stitch. I could do the split and then put the orange on top anyway.
Yeah.
This is the sad realism of it. Having to find a green that matches the orange enough nicely to make it half and half a hoodie.
Yeah.
That also fits.
Yeah. I was
Doesn't
trying to
require
think
me to
like
recreate.
sleeves maybe, like this is a different color.
You can do that, it's very easy.
I
I also done that before, so.
But that doesn't solve the issue of wanting something there. And last time it was like there. But you don't like breast pocket stuff?
Like, I have the whole world at my fingertips, and I've gone with the
That's deep.
logo here and big logo at the back. That's
Mhm.
literally what this is. What's on
Yeah.
embroidery.
Yeah, you're right.
We could just put Crowfang.
I feel like that would be compromising on the...
And then, like, that.
And then get rid of the orange on the back.
I was thinking the same. Get rid of that. Make the whole thing red.
Yeah, and then the
And
green
then-
bits could be black. Damn, maybe I don't hate the idea of putting Crowfang across the front. But also,
That'd be funny.
it would be
But
fun.
none of your community would buy it because it says Crowfang and not
Owen's Juice. Yeah, this is true. This is fair.
studs. I love a good stud.
How strong is your conviction to have something in there?
I think for me to grab an orange hoodie, slap on a big orange, make the green inside, and add 4 pieces of embroidery and go, $300, please.
Other designers have done less for more.
Yeah, well, fuck them.
You need to add enough that it warrants the price tag. Interesting.
Like
yeah,
here,
that could work.
then that's something.
And that pulls it to the front more.
Because I think a cool bat.
Mm.
Do you have anything else?
Mate, it's literally all oranges.
I think I'll do, instead of your, like, what we have at the back, like an open orange or something.
Yeah, like a slice.
Like, yeah.
That'd be cool. I
Oh.
think that's more dynamic.
A slice.
A slice in the corner or the slice on the back?
In the corner. We'll leave
Oh,
the back
okay.
as it is.
Sure.
Maybe. Ooh, there's a slice at the back, nicer.
I think like it's
This
quite
is this is
quite
a crazy point of making things where you go, wait, is a completely different design better? I want someone to make like a biblically accurate, high detail drawing of a bat eating an orange, but making it like epic. I want it like acrylic and watercolor, and also real blood.
When did blood come
And
into
also,
the orange?
it's on fire. But I want that, and then I want to print it big and put it in our living room. And then whenever you get upset at me, I go,
You want like
"That's me in
you
my
want, like,
brain."
a Renaissance painting of like where that dude's grabbing the mouth of the like lion or dog, like the kind of Greek
Yes.
style. You want that style of
Yeah.
like across the whole
Yeah.
wall.
I
So
want
people
God
come in
to
and-
have touched it.
We sit them down on the sofa and there's no TV. We just sit and stare up at it. No, I'm sorry. Thinking about it the other way, I simply could not. The language, your eyes will travel in left to right, and the droplets need to be the first thing you see, followed by the
So when
orange.
you say
It's-
droplets, why is it dropping from here?
No, they're like coming from
You
the
mean it
center.
like,
It's
yeah.
like juice bursting. I'm bursting. I'm like bursting on the hoodie. Do you think we'll always be called Fruit Bat Duo? Didn't mean for it to be so existential. I wasn't like, do you think we'll always be best friends?
The anime. Let me lay back and look at the stars real quick now.
I think we're friends in every timeline.
Yes, and we're gonna have a big shot together. And me saying that means I'm gonna die next episode.
In the next act.
Is that a van full of machine guns? Oh,
It's traveling really fast.
open the shop for me.
Damn, you were jumping through that bit way faster than I could keep up. You were like on the final finale when I was still the
You were
band.
still looking at the stars.
I was still looking at the stars. Yeah. I think that's really nice and dynamic.
Here, I can kind of draw it a bit more, I guess.
Okay.
So we can actually visualize it, and I'll get rid of it.
These have to be the same color embroidery, by the way, otherwise the whole thing will feel asymmetrical and I'll get upset.
Problem.
There's no problem. Make the orange black.
I'm not doing a black orange. I'm not doing like.
You know what this is? This is when I worked with brands as like a design, in a design aspect, and I've done something with their logo, and they've gone, you've actually compromised on one of the like core assets. Like one of the unspoken rules of our brand is that the logo isn't allowed to be at like a 2-degree angle or something.
No, I'm not saying because it's compromise. The only thing it's compromising is my reputation.
This is OwengeJuiceTV, created by KFAx.
I'm trying to help you.
I've changed my mind. Don't do a black orange and don't do a black bat. I don't think just you can have like a solid black thing. And the orange, the same color as the pith of the thing again. I can't do bats. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We made it orange
Whoa, why did I do that?
so that you can see the contrast of white on the hoodie
Oh.
without it being like a mess of white. Also shows us how the cuffs are going to stand out more, which is nice.
This is going to be hard for multiple reasons.
Why?
First of all, if that's embroidered and the orange at the back isn't, I'm going to have to find the right embroidery shade to go with this fuck-ass color I found from who knows where.
Okay. Can you not make it out of the same material as the orange?
It
It would feel weird just having that there.
depends on how I do the fabrics. This is all kind of just me problems, but I need to kind of consider those now.
We could also not do white on the back as well. Like, I'm not against not doing white on the back.
I feel like now that there's the darker outside with the thing, that would be fine.
Because it's not just like a circle, there's actually like detail in it. I don't hate that. Oh, you want to do dark on it? That works. I like this. Do you like this?
I think I'm going to mess around with the concept of the front a lot while I'm making it.
Okay.
Because if I don't know if I'm using like an old t-shirt or if I've actually gone and like gotten secondhand fabrics,
Mhm.
I don't really know
Sure.
how I'm gonna do it.
That's fair enough.
Other than that, I'm gonna occasionally come down next month while I'm making this and grab you by the ears and shake you. And then
That
I'm gonna
sounds
go
fun.
back to work on that hood. And then I'm gonna go back up there.
Specifically the ears. Thank you for watching the process of this.
And then I'm aiming to have this done
Before the subathon,
July
5th.
5th.
Before July 5th.
Yes. A lot before July.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But this is fairly simple, so it'll basically just be waiting on the hoodie that I buy.
I would get started on that today then.
Absolutely.
Let's get to it.
Do you want help with this?
Yeah, I do.
I got straight to work. Right after filming that video, I scrolled on Vinted for like 4 to 6 hours. I absolutely like have to buy everything secondhand or like, you know, charity shop, vintage. Like I do not buy stuff brand new other than the obvious. There are so many clothes in the world that like people don't wear, or like buying them gives money to charity. So why am I gonna ask a machine to make me more, harm the environment, spend more money? I eventually found one that looked like a nice enough orange. That was the one that we wanted to work with. So I ordered it and it's finally here. I thought you could watch me open it to see if I die or not. I'm gonna let you take the first look. Is it orange? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. You know what? Oh, it's actually quite nice. It smells good. Obviously, I'm gonna wash this, but like, if you're sending people clothes with the clothes smelling bad, yes. Let's just fucking try it on. This is kind of insane. I don't think I've ever worn orange on camera. Well, it's an orange hoodie. Let me grab the green that I plan on using for inside the hood. So this is a hoodie that I bought on Vinted for a commission that I did for Nova. Shout out Nova. Wait, oh my God. Oh, that works so nicely. And I still have the hood, so I can literally just take out the fabric from inside the hood of this one and put it in this one. Okay, well, it's here. I'm here. I have I have no time at all to make this thing. So, I'm gonna get to work. I got started on the hood the very next day because I already had the fabric for it. So all I did here was grab the green hoodie, cut the inside of the hood of the green hoodie and shove it on this one. But I really wanted to use green stitching for it, and that could have looked really weird on the orange. So I stylized it in this like little dashy way you can see here. And I think it looks pretty cool. Next, I took on the orange, which I knew was going to take me out of my comfort zone. So I took to the streets of Brighton and I came home with 3 shirts. This first one is what was going to become the flesh of the orange, and it was the perfect texture, and I snatched it right away when I saw it. The second one was this lighter color because it was what I was going to use to segment the orange. The final one was also perfect for the peel, seeing as it was this nice, thick Ralph Lauren polo shirt with the same pory texture as an orange peel. Now that I had everything I needed, I got started on what I like to call the sketch process. I needed to figure out what kind of size I was going for, so I grabbed this old Nintendo tote bag I got from a con and I chopped at it to help me figure out the sizing. I kept adjusting it and pinning it, and once I was happy, I decided to move that sizing onto a different fabric, which I thought was a bit more appropriate for working with. I made sure it was all symmetrical, and then I started out sketching the different areas in different fabric marker colors. Once I had that all done, I started cutting out the flesh. God, if you're watching this without video, that'd be fucking horrifying. Anyway, so I made sure that every section fit nicely before gluing them all down. I know some people prefer using sewing pins, but you'll see why I've done this in a second. Next, I grabbed the shirt that I bought to do the segments, and I started cutting out the shape, and as you can see here, it's quite a loose one. I glued that down, and then I realized how thin it was, so I did that all over again. This time I made sure that the edges were thicker than they had to be, so that when I stitched them down, it also stitched the orange down, which is why I didn't stitch the flesh down before, because I could just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and also, it would give it this nice 3D effect. Then it was finally time to add the peel. So all I did here was trace what we already had so that I had the shape right, and then I just cut it loosely. And I marked this with fabric pens that are removed with heat, but when I went to burn it, it stained. So now I know not to do that on polo shirts. Then I pinned everything into place and I played around with a million different ideas on how to stitch it, but I decided on doing this funky thing with embroidery thread, just so it felt thicker than the rest. That's how it looked from the back, just to give you perspective on how messy you can make things that really don't matter. And this is how it came out, and I was so happy with it. The colors worked so nicely together, but I was far from done. I put the orange on pause for a second to work on the squirt. Yes, you heard me, the squirt. The orange squirt that is on the orange hoodie, that is squirting. The squirt. This process was pretty much the same one as I did for the orange, which was grab the same throwaway fabric, sketch out the outline that I wanted, cut out the orange in the shape, cut out the outline in the correct shape, glue it all on, do that 3 times, and then stitch only the inside. And you'll see why in a second. After adjusting the edges, I finally glued on the pieces and then proceeded to stitch them on. With the orange done, it was time to move on to the sleeves. I went thrifting again to find this nice creamish white hoodie that I managed to get discounted because I noticed a hole on the sleeves, and I don't believe in holes, so I covered it. We were off to an awful start when I realized that none of my embroidery thread matched the colors that I needed, so I would have to go out shopping, and since I was heading out later, I decided to start sketching instead, and these were the little sketches that I settled for that I then had to put onto the sleeves. I used heat removable fabric pens for this until I finally had my hands on the embroidery and I got started with Dan, and I had a lot of fun just repeating this scaly texture because he's a fish. I logged the fuck in, so that's all of the footage I have before I finally finished it, and this is how he turned out. Then I moved on to Bruno and I got started with the outlining, and then I decided I wanted to try turkey stitching, which is this nice fluffy stitching style. And the first attempts were a little upsetting, so I'm glad I didn't go right into it. Turkey stitching is extremely time consuming, so the brown alone took me literally 9 hours. Once I was done with that, I used a fabric cutter to cut into it a little bit so it had this nice fluffy effect, which was the whole point. Then I did his little feet, ears, and tail, and then I finally added the whiskers and the ears. Now that I had finished the embroidery on the cuffs, I was able to put them onto the orange hoodie. I pinned them in place to make sure they were somewhat even, and then I got to work. So the idea that I settled on was just stitching the cuffs on top, and then I would cut around the existing cuff when I was done. Very weird way to do it, but it worked. Other than the fact that I accidentally cut a small hole into one of the sleeves, but I covered it up with white stitching because, again, I don't believe in the concept of holes ruining clothes. I think that's stupid. So we continued. The final addition was the ribbing, which I actually did before the sleeves, so I just lied to you, but whatever, forget it. I cut the ribbing from the sweater I showed earlier and pinned it to this one, and then did the same thing with the sleeves, where I simply stitched it on top and then cut off what I didn't need from the orange hoodie. I left more fabric on the ribbing than I did the sleeves to give it this nice effect where it was quite clear that it was handmade, because I feel like that's just, I don't know, it's my style. And this is how it turned out. It's very easy. You can really do this with anything. You don't need to know what you're doing to do this. I mean, Lord knows I don't. Anyway, that's the hoodie.
You may enter. Do have a seat.
Hello.
Now, you are probably wondering why I summoned you here all the way from
I'm
downstairs.
I'm assuming it's something to do with the hoodie.
What?
Because you went, can you come and film the bit about the hoodie?
Oh,
I've heard you working away, toiling, sweating, screaming.
You heard me sweating?
Yeah. It's very
How?
loud.
Wow.
It sounds like this.
Ew!
Our child. Our creative child.
Would you like to put it on
Well,
so that
can I
people-
see it first? Or do you want
think
them to
it's-
see it?
I think it's more fun if they see it first.
Sure.
When you wear
Or
it first.
wear it. I'll be right back. This is sick. This is very sick.
And do you like it?
I do
Of course you like it, I made it.
Look at this!
Orange.
I love it. That's perfect. Look, hold on. There's so many things that I need to show them. Little Bruno.
He's so fluffy.
He is fluff. And then
Dan.
Dan.
Scaly and fun.
Hold on, let me get that focused.
It's okay, they have an entire process video of it.
Oh, great. I really, really like this. And I'm
Yay.
actually a little upset, to be honest. I want it. Like, it's a very nice, comfy hoodie.
Well, I think you need to, you'll probably have to fight a few people for it, because I think a few people want it.
Well, tough.
It's also the first KFAx, which makes it even
Even
more
more.
valuable.
Yeah, and it does.
Yeah, it's got a lot going for it. The fact that it's the first, the fact that it's Fruit Bat Duo, and that it's also really nice.
It is really nice. Like,
This is really nice.
I think one of my favorite things about merch is when it isn't like streamer merch. Like you wouldn't look at it and be like,
Yeah.
that's a streamer. And I think this is like perfect. There's so much character in it, which like gives little dog whistle notes for my community.
I was so lucky with the colors.
This is a really nice.
Just so lucky. I was stupidly lucky that I had this green that matches perfectly already.
Yeah.
That I found this really nice cream hoodie that this is,
Yeah.
and the.
Yeah, it's
that.
sort of like a.
There are a couple things I didn't do
Mhm.
from the original design, and there's a reason why. It wasn't like me being lazy.
Sure.
I felt like the black dots and the purple for the bits of Bruno would have filled it too much.
Yeah.
It's so simplistic everywhere else. You don't want sleeves that
really
are yelling.
heavy sleeves,
Like
yeah.
it's already bigger than I planned. So I didn't.
I
want
think it's great.
You know.
I think it's good. Just having those on
And
the
then I
cuffs.
didn't add anything here because it would have just too much.
Yeah, I get
There's a
that. Like,
fine line.
I sit down, and if I sit like this, you're like, okay, it's an orange hoodie. There's so much breathed into it that feels special, and that's not immediately noticeable, which is my favorite kind of details. Rather than being like, well done. I'm very, very impressed.
I feel like this is the piece that I made that I went, okay, I probably couldn't have done this a year ago.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
really
one of
encouraging.
those.
Then.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Good
It's
job.
nice, thank you. And now it's time to see who takes this baby home.
Me.
And I'll be sad to see it go if it does go,
It
because you
might-
seem quite adamant.
It literally might not. Like, I have a figure in my head on how much I'd be willing to pay for this.
Do you want to say how much?
No, but it's in the hundreds. So, good luck, lads. See if you can beat me.
I think you're probably the only streamer that's gonna be like, good
Because
luck.
it's a functional hoodie.
Let's see if you
outside
can
of-
beat me. Instead of like, I hope you guys enjoy it, you're like, good luck. See you on the
This is
battlefield.
mine.
That's so funny. Wait, don't steal it now.